Hi, gorgeous. It's great to see you, beautiful being. Oneness evolving here inside in my lounge because it is raining out there. I will very quickly show you the world, but there's not much to see. I'm just going under the curtain here, turning the camera around. That is the world. It's very wet. I know it doesn't look very wet, but believe me, it is. So that's the garden outside. But because I am inside today, I'm going to show you rocks. I haven't done that for ages because it's been summer and I'm going to stroll around a bit because I've had a morning of a lot of sitting. Of course, because I've been writing. I've been doing God of Me stuff, which has been so cool. But I'm going to start by showing you rocks because I got to do something while this video propagates out into the world. And I can't show you the garden. So here we go. This is rainbow jasper. And it is lovely, and you can see why it's called rainbow jasper. There's the blue-greeny bit in the middle at the end, and then there's all the red. But there are also bits of yellow, and there's white. It's very colourful. And it's this lovely wand, which a friend gave to myself and my husband many years ago now, it seems. And look at this top part. Isn't that beautiful? Blue and green and soft yellow and red and white all in one little piece. So it's a really nice piece. And I've never really understood why people call this a massage wand. I mean, you can rub with that end, but you can't put your hand on this and push, can you? Because it's sharp and pointy. And, Anyway, it's a lovely rock. There we are. That's a bit closer. And see, it's got this dotty bit there, which is a bit like the eye of on Jupiter. So there's lots of little bits to enjoy if you get up close to it. I'm just trying to get the camera to focus on it. Yeah, so that's one of our rocks that I've got for you today. And there's another one here. And I used to know what this was. I think it might just be chalcedony, some kind of quartz. And look, I think I can do this. See, it's translucent if I turn it round. The light comes straight through it. It's beautiful. And I don't really know what it is. Somebody told me once and I forgot. And I could probably look it up on the interweb and it would tell me. But I just enjoy this. I used to think it was jade. It's not. But doesn't it just look like Chinese jade, It's beautiful. So that is something else that I decided I wanted to share with you today. Can you see that? Oh, don't want to drop it. See all the detail of the edges. And, it's just tumble polished. But see, there's a rough bit. Probably because where the brown bit joins with the green bit, there's something in between that's softer, and so that's kind of got busted out a bit when the thing was tumbled. It's a lovely rock, and I enjoy it very much. Last but not least is this. This is a piece of quartz, obviously, from the Orange River in, it's got a little label, sorry. I think it's Namibia. Can't remember. Orange River. Hi, Lisa. Great to see you. Oneness here. Lovely to see you, sweetie. And I'm just showing off rocks because it's wet outside. Well and truly wet. Not drizzles. It's raining. And this is fabulous. I haven't been able to show this off for a while. It's a couple of big quartz points. And they've got these... What are they called? The Celestials. God, I've forgotten all the names. But it's got a lot of iron in it, this brown stuff. And here it is. So I enjoy that. And inside, somewhere in there is a place where it's actually purple in there. And Lisa, there's a crazy thing. A year ago or more, I actually changed my name. That's why I call myself Oneness Evolving now. I really did change it. So it's kind of funny seeing Matty there because my name was never spelt like that anyway. And that's one of the reasons why I changed it, because Maddie always got spelt wrong. There's about 6 different ways of doing it, and it was like that way the whole of my life. Now most people can spell one. They know how to spell one. So yeah, my name is One, or Oneness, you can choose. Yeah, I got really sick of name thing. It is funny. And I can remember as a little person complaining to my mother because I didn't like my name even when I was small. So there you go. So now I'm going to put the phone One, yes. I rather like being called One. Okay. I'm going to put the phone in my little makeshift stand. It has a little ring grip, finger grip thingy at the back, which has died, and I've bought another one, but it's going to take a little while to come. So you'd laugh if you could see what I was putting this in to hold the phone up. And it's kind of hard to see through, so I'm going to do this when I see comments pop up. Yeah, I really like it too, Lisa. That name took me 2.5 years to find and another 18 months to grow into. And that's a whole nother story. But right now, I'm going to get on to talking about God of Me. Because it's been an amazing day. This is my second week of doing this brand new thing where, because a couple of weeks ago, and this is really new. It's like, this is not old hat to me. This is really new. A little while ago, the unified field, source, God, wholeness, oneness, the whatever you want to call it, that is that, the absolute infinite mind, whatever, said to me, and when I was deep in one of my meditations, would you like to be my voice about all this God of Me stuff? Because I've been writing all this quantum physics and all this, the science of emotional addiction, all these things that I've learned from Dr. Joe Dispenza and Nassim Haramein, and it's come together in my own mind in this crazy model that's really made a huge difference to how I feel and how much love I experience. Hi, Teresa, lovely to see you, sweetie. And this, the absolute, whatever you want to call it, said, well, would you like to be my voice? Because up until now, I've been writing stuff. And it's been me that's been writing, and I've been explaining things, and I've done it very carefully, and, all of that. And it said, well, I'd like to talk now. And I sat and I considered, and I thought, oh, really? Because it's not like when the universe says, hey, can I talk through you? It's not like you just sort of blithely say, oh, sure. Because if I'm going to do that, I have to do it properly. And it means a little bit about who I need to be and how I need to be. So I'm just moving my rocks off the table because I want to, in order to do that. And it is all about love. When I wrote this thing, that these words that you must maybe saw when you decided to look at this post, are you looking for love? We are all looking for love. There is nothing else that humans really desire so much as to feel loved and safe and secure, and then able to express more love to other people, because that's what makes us feel good. And we all get kind of lost in this because we think that we need somebody outside of us or something outside of us in order to do that. And what I've been learning in the last few years is that it's not like that. And so, now let me see, this is wild. Yeah, it is. It is pretty amazing going through all this stuff. So, I'm going to just take you on a whistle-stop tour. Excuse me, I've got to get the clock so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, God, I've already talked for 10 minutes. Through what I wrote, so I want to give you an overview. And I also want to say that if you would like to hear me read this download, and of course it's kind of me reading and it's kind of not, there's a lot of energy that comes through this. And I finished this, I call it an energy packet because that's what it is. I finished writing this energy packet and I thought, wow, I did it. This is good. And it's not just me, So if you want to hear me read that, if you want to hear us communicate this energy packet, then just follow me for free on Patreon. All you got to do is put in your email address. You will get 3 emails a week. That's it. And the link to my Patreon is underneath this post. It's actually just patreon.com/godofme, all one word. So you can go there and you can sign up for free and you will get all of that information. If you are really curious what it's like for me to actually be on this journey, and you are able to and you would like to, you can support me every month for a small amount, and you will get access to the things that I share with the people who are able to support me or want to, about this is what the journey is like. And those are pretty interesting because it's pretty wild and it gets very dimensional and quite mystical. And there are a lot of conversations with this absolute mind, whatever you want to call it. And I just share those. So if you'd like to do that, that's what you can do on Patreon. And yeah, there's a membership there for somebody who really wants to change their life and would like to work with me. Yeah, so that's all on Patreon. So now I'm going to get onto it. Yes, you should read your emails, Lisa. Yes, I think you already did sign up. So, you can also put the Patreon app on your phone and set it to show you the little red number when something comes up. So that might be a better option for you if you're a phone-oriented person. Now, here we go. Humans look for love everywhere they do. And what we don't realize, what we have been programmed from the minute we are born to realize, is that we think that it's not inside us. I mean, the first thing is you're born and you need your mum. If you don't have your mum, you die. It's really that simple. So we understand love as coming from outside of us. And by the way, small children and babies, they feel connected, and that it's like they're just joyful and they have all this kind of love to give. And then we grow up and we have experiences and that changes. But we forget that we have this great love inside us. And children, we love kids because when they're not driving us crazy, they remind us. And I'm saying that as not a parent, but I observe this for other people who have children. So we don't realize that love is actually available to us inside every single atom of our being. That's it. It's everywhere. And the reason why I can say that with absolute certainty is because of all the work I've done in the last couple of years, explaining to myself, and never mind you if you were listening, that matter, this stuff in the whole of the universe, the stuff that we can touch and see and sense and measure, stuff we can measure, makes up 4% of the universe. Well, what the heck is the other 96%? And there's argument about that, okay? There's argument about it. The scientists, the quantum physicists say, we don't know. And they make up this thing called dark matter and dark energy. And that's the other 96%. And I'm keeping this very simple. But the thing is, even when you look at the 4% of stuff that you think is solid, if you actually look inside the atom, and you get really close to it, and you see, oh yeah, there's the inside of the atom, and there's a nucleus in there, and it's tiny. It's got a lot of energy that's really closely and strongly confined in the center of that atom, but it's tiny. And then you're sitting there looking at the nucleus, and then you look around the nucleus and you see these little tiny little sparks of energy that are just popping in and out of existence randomly around the place. And you think, what are those? Now, those are electrons. They are, that picture that we've all sort of used to, where you have a nucleus and then these things that go around it in an orbit. That's not the atom. That's not true. The model's been upgraded, but most of us don't know. What you have is a nucleus, and it's really, 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 really small. And by comparison to that nucleus, you have this big sphere of space around it, like a big ball. And the nucleus is in the middle, and it's really, really tiny. And in that space, which is enormous by comparison, the electrons, they pop in and out of existence. They are virtual particles. They don't actually really exist anywhere for long. And there are places close to the nucleus where they happen quite often, and there are places further away where they don't happen very often at all. It depends on how much energy they have. And that's as far as as far as the field, as far as the 0-point field, wanted to go with that. So, first of all, 96% of the universe is space, right? Oh, good, I'm glad it makes sense, because this is so complicated, and I want to make it simple. For me, never mind anyone else. So 4% is matter, 96% is empty space. Of that 4%, more of that 4% is empty space than like in our universe, it's like there isn't 4% inside the atom and then 96% empty space. Atoms are 99.999999999% empty space. So a ton of empty space everywhere. This is mostly empty space, and everything else is mostly empty space. That's the first point that the 0 point field made. And then the next thing, which is really, really important, and which, again, is so assumed, is that there's me, and there's outside me. There's Earth, and then there's the cosmos or heaven. You know, there's inside me, and there's outside me. There's matter, and there's space. And when you think about it, that really isn't true, because the matter is just as much space as the space is space. If you really look closely at the atom, the stuff that we think of, the nucleus and the electron, it's all just energy. It's barely anything at all. And so all there really is the space. And people say, well, it's empty. And it's not. And this is the point that we actually talked about. We talked about it a lot in the past. But what the 0 point field said was, I am in the empty space. And it's my thoughts and my memories and who I am for the whole of time. All of that empty space is full of me, my infinite vast mind. So that mind, and it's love, by the way, it is pure, eternal love, is in all of the empty space. The empty space is not empty. It is full of the 0 point field, and the 0 point field is just full of energy and information. Hi, Terry. Great to see you. And it's love. Its signature, as I have learned from Dr. Joe Dispenza, and as I learn every day, is love. And it's not that ooshy-gooshy love, that it's not romantic love. It's not even the love that a parent has for a child, although I think there are aspects of it that come close. It's something that I can't even describe when I experience it. It's beyond that. It's so much order, and I don't know. I can't explain it. It's so beyond words. And it's the love that I was seeking my whole life. And it's in the empty space. And the empty space is not just all around me, but every single atom in my body is mostly empty space. So every single atom in my body is mostly this love, and I'm not aware of it. Because I think the love's out there somewhere in another person or a place that I want to go to, or an experience I want to have, or whatever. Or God, who's always out there, not in here, for most. So this was the 0 point field's next point, is that I am that love literally within you and all around you. It's just a fact that if this mind, this awareness, this love fills all of the empty space in the universe, which is most of it, then it's right inside us. And the only problem is that we don't know it's there. And we don't know how to communicate with it and connect with it. And so we feel really separate from love. We feel really lost. We feel really alone. We feel like we have to go somewhere or do something, or, be a better person, or somehow earn it. And all the time we're swimming in it. But we don't see it. We don't perceive it. So then the 0 point field told me a little story. He said, write this. Imagine you're in a room, 4 walls, and you want to go to another place. But this room doesn't have a door. It's just a room with a door. And the funny thing is, when you start searching, it's going to be quite a big room with lots of good things in it. But when you when you're searching the room for a door, you find a key. And you think, well, here's a key. There must be a door somewhere. But all you can find is 4 walls. And the thing about us is that we are used to using our senses to sense people and places and, water and air and food and the earth we stand on. Our senses are made for living in 3 dimensions on this planet. It'd be a bit stupid if they weren't. We wouldn't survive very long. But the thing about the 0 point field is that it's not here in 3 dimensions, and it's all through this planet, but it's not like it's walking around in a body of someone you can walk up to and shake their hand and say, hello, you're in a body, I recognise you as a human being now. 0 point field isn't like that, so our senses aren't calibrated, if you like, to actually recognise this immense love that is all the way through us and all around us and completely everything right there. It's like somebody who's starving in the middle of a massive banquet, but we can't see it. And it's because we're using senses. When we're looking for the door in that room that we want to get out of, we're using our eyes and our ears and our nose and our skin and our taste and everything. But those are the wrong senses. They're not designed for sensing stuff in 5D. They're designed for sensing stuff in 3D. So if you're looking for something and you can't find it, but you know it's got to be there, maybe you need to change how you're looking. And this is the next thing that the 0 point field said to me that I wrote down. Maybe we need to change how we look. And so then, you go inside the atom and you see all the space, or you experience all the space. You don't see it. You sense, you experience, you perceive. It's not about seeing. You don't see anything. Nothing to see. But in that space, go inside any atom. It doesn't matter where. If you understand that the space is there, and you can go out as well. You can go out into the cosmos, into the space between the galaxies. It doesn't matter. I just actually find it easy to go within. Pick one atom. Doesn't matter. It can be inside your body or a rock or your favourite star or, whatever. Pick one atom. Go inside it and realise that there's nothing there except space. And it's love. And then the 0 point field says, okay, so here I am. I'm inside every atom of your body. And I'm just waiting for you to realise that I'm here, sense me, feel me, start to find ways to communicate with me so I can love you. But then the next thought that it gave me was, well, some people at this point are going to start thinking that I might be sounding a bit like God. Because, there's a lot of religious texts, many really, in fact, if not all of them, that they say the same thing. That whichever God it is within you and all around you. And that's because that's true. These things are through all religions. Because religions have always been a human way of trying to make sense of something that is 5-dimensional. It's not 3D. It's a mystery. I don't understand it. Well, I'm going to try to explain it. And because there's something real inside it and people crave this experience of connection, that's how religions happen. Nothing wrong with it. It's human to want to connect with the divine, however you experience that. But for some people, that word God, or anything that might sound like God or feel like God, actually is a bit scary. Is associated perhaps with judgment or having to live up to a certain standard, or otherwise you end up in deep shit. There are all kinds of things that can be associated with that whole thing. So then the 0 point field said, okay, so we need to address this. So, okay, here I am. I'm inside every atom of your body, and I'm just waiting for you to come in here and meet me. But in case you are thinking, oh, is that safe to do? Am I going to be judged? Am I going to be assessed? Really? Who is this 0 point field? How the hell would you know? If you don't know, you don't know. I'm saying it's love, but why should you believe me? And so it said, okay, let me introduce myself. And then I'm sitting there, and this most incredibly beautiful stuff comes. It's easy for me to write this. Some of this stuff, it's like I write a few sentences and then I struggle a bit because I can feel the concept that is needing to come into words, and I can feel that what I've written doesn't quite capture it, or I'm sensing for the next piece and waiting for that to translate. And sometimes it takes me 20, 30 minutes to get 2 paragraphs just right. But this kind of thing I find really easy because it's not, I'm just translating feeling rather than trying to translate a concept into something material that actually makes sense. And I have to do that very carefully. But with this, it's just, oh my God, my God, how, and I have to say this, how is it if I am so much empty space and that's all there is to me? How am I any different from the empty space? I just think that I'm something else. I remember myself as something less or different or whatever. And, that's a bit of a brain bender to think, well, geez, are we really the same thing? And I just have an idea that I'm smaller. That's a whole nother ball of wax. But what the 0 point field said was, well, I love you so much. I can't wait for you to show up and communicate with me so I can love you forever. And of course, it's slowly unfolding, energy packet by energy packet. It's unfolding. This is how you do it, and it is straightforward. The first thing is to realize that it's not anywhere outside of you. You can go to the far side of the universe in your mind, or you can go inside a cell in the center of your own heart. It doesn't matter. I am the unified field, the 0 point field, absolute mind, the whole of memory and feeling and knowledge and everything for the whole of time is available inside that one atom. Now, there is science that shows this is true. I'm not just making this shit up. It's not woo-woo. It's not philosophy. This is actually fact. And so, if all of that mind is there in your every single atom, hi Miriam, great to see you. I got to peer over this thing that's holding my phone up. Then really all we have to do is know how to find it, how to connect with it inside ourselves, and actually open up to letting it love us and allowing ourselves to love it. And I can say from my daily experiences that just wow. Lisa, big love. Yeah, enjoy the replay. Wi-Fi is going, oh, this is interesting. To open up to this experience of the 0 point field, and it seems to have chosen that name. There are many names it could have used. I really think of it as the unified field. And in my own mind, I call it one because it is one. So, it really doesn't matter. But when I write, it calls itself the 0 point field. And I write about the 0 point field, perhaps because that name doesn't have a lot of loading on it. It just is what it is. And you can look it up on the internet and get some idea from whatever the internet tells you about what I'm talking about. But it is such love, and it loves you eternally, and it is you. It's all you're made of. Tamara, it's lovely to see you. There's nothing else in you. I'll close with this. There is a statement that I write. I wake up in the morning, I reach for my little pad and my pen, and I start writing gratitude because it's just something I've been doing for a long time. And the very first thing that I write at the beginning of every day, because it's a truth to me and I've been doing it for years now, is this. I'm so grateful. I know I am the field. And me is just a set of memories that I'm changing. I had this big aha one day when I thought, where actually am I? If all I am is this empty space and bundles of energy that's connected together by these confining forces, and it all gets complicated, but really, if all I am is mostly this energy, then where actually am I? And it hit me like a bolt. I'm only my memories. The only thing that I identify as me, it isn't really me, but what makes me identify me as my memories. I don't actually exist anywhere else. And even those memories, there's science that shows that 50% of our long-term memories, we've made them up. They're not even what happened, because we're not the same person that we are that we were when the thing happened, and our brain is constantly changing and we remodel our past. We do. So there's so much. I can rave about this for ages, but I know I'm out of time. So if you would like to hear this download, this energy packet that Zero Point Field and I captured today, then just become a free follower on my Patreon. The link is down below, and you will hear me read it. Me and the 0 Point Field. It's quite different when we speak together than if I read my own stuff. And that will come out in a couple of days. So I would love you to enjoy that. There's a lot of transmission that isn't in the words, it's the energy. And again, if you are interested in my journey and what it's like being me, there are opportunities to access that for a small monthly fee, and you are supporting me to make this grow bigger. And because there are all kinds of things I want to do with it. This is just a start. But the first thing is, this is my second week being the new voice. I'm really excited that I can team up with the 0 Point Field, and it tells me what to write, and it actually works, and I can do this. I'll get better at it. Tamara. Oh, yes, I totally receive. I get so much information from the field. I don't have to ask anybody else. But I keep learning, because the more I learn, the more fodder there is in my brain for the field to go, I'll anchor that piece of what I want to explain on that piece of information. So it's this teamwork, I have this great brain, I use it, and then it becomes kind of like a receptor site for the information. So that is where I'm going to stop today. I have to pull this out of here so I can turn it off. Thank you so much for sharing and joining. I will respond to your comments in writing later. For now, big love. I look forward to seeing you on Patreon. And if you're on YouTube, thanks for watching. I'll see you next week. Until then, bye-bye.